Congratulations, CNA students, on completing clinicals. Good luck on your state boards. Today, we are going to work on updating your resume from a student resume to a licensed certified nursing assistant resume. So here is it zoomed out. Let's go ahead and zoom in and take a look at the different sections. So you should already have a basic resume set up, but let's go ahead and take it to the next level. So according to eye tracking studies, remember, contact information is best on left aligned or center aligned. If you want, you can add in a graphic. All you have to do is insert a picture, and then under format picture, you can wrap the text, bring it forward, send it backwards, position it in different ways to make sure it looks nice on your document, but you don't have to. This resume, I did use dark blue here as well as here, but you don't have to use color. You can use all black if you want to. You don't have to use a symbol. Totally up to you. There is no right or wrong way to write a resume, but I am going to discuss best practices. So immediately off the bat, you want to visually show what type of job you are looking for. So a CNA, so certified nursing assistant, or you can do CNA. Now, Microsoft Word automatically wants to switch it to CAN, so you need to make sure you catch that, switch it back. You don't want any typos. I also see that here. So let's go ahead and fix those typos. So this resume, I did something a little bit different. I put a quote right here. May they never forget your name, but they may forget your name, but they will never forget the way you made them feel. Maya Angelou. So putting a quote on your resume is a younger thing to do. It's a more trendier thing to do. This is definitely not something that you need to do, but there are a lot of CNAs out there right now looking for work. And if you want to get in at your ideal employer, maybe you're trying to get in at the VA because they have a great pension program. Maybe you're trying to get in at the hospital. Maybe you're trying to get in a home health or an assisted living facility. You want your resume to stand out a little bit different. You want your resume to stand out, and to do that, you have to be a little different. So this is one way to do it. But you really, really, really want to stick to the facts. So all right here are core CNA competencies, those accomplishments that you've completed while you were in school. Then immediately your certifications. That's going to be why you qualify to have the job that you're applying for. So you're going to pass that state board. You're going to get the CPR, the BLS, whatever other certifications that you get while you're in school. Your education, you're going to go to the institute to get your 5-week course and then your clinicals. You're also going to have a preparation course at Job Corps. And then you're either going to have your high school diploma or equivalency. So these things are all things that you might need to tweak a little bit. So you might need to put high school equivalency, where you got your diploma from. The dates for sure are going to need to change. So let's scroll down to relevant experience. If you currently, work at McDonald's, that's not really relevant. You want to focus on, a lot of people will tell you, you need to go in order. The dates need to be chronological, but you really want your resume to be relevant. So the most relevant experience that you have to the job that you're applying for is your experience at the institute. So how many hours of clinicals did you get? How many beds are in that facility? How many patients were you working with? Did you receive your performance reviews? Did you get those exemplary or exceeds expectation ratings? And if so, on what? What kind of tasks did you learn? Did you respond calmly during emergency situations? Did you learn how to accurately tell vital signs? What are those things that you learned during clinicals? That is what you want to put here. Remember, you want to quantify where you can, and you want to highlight accomplishments where you can. And use action verbs to start your bullet points. Now, if you have additional work experience, it is still nice to list it, but you don't necessarily have to go in depth with listing a bunch of bullet points because it's not necessarily going to be relevant to what you did. They just kind of want to see, do you have work experience or don't you? They may ask for additional information about what you did, say, at McDonald's in your interview, and you can talk about it. But remember, your resume is a professional marketing document. You are the product, and you are trying to sell yourself to the employer. Think of your resume as a professional marketing tool. So this type of experience isn't as important. If you have volunteer caregiver experience, say you help a loved one, a grandparent maybe, definitely add that in as a volunteer caregiver, at home health. So no, you're not working for a company, but you are helping your grandparents out. For how long have you been helping them out? Maybe you might want to add a bullet point on the type of things that you help them with. Maybe it's going grocery shopping. Maybe it's doing light chores around the house. Maybe it's setting their medications up for the next week. Whatever it may be, you could add a bullet point for that. But if your experience isn't totally relevant to what you're applying to, you want to limit the bullet points or potentially not even add any bullet points to it. Now, in regards to interests, you can either add an interest section or not. It depends. How interested are you? Is it relevant to the job? So CNAs need to be physically fit. So maybe if you run marathons, you might want to put that. If you like to read, maybe you might want to put a book that you're working on. So Michelle Obama's book, Becoming, maybe you might want to drop that. Maybe you don't want to drop that, depending on where you're located at. Maybe you want to add a fun fact about yourself. So that you bake the best macaroni and cheese, whatever it may be, as long as it's professional and relevant or quirky in some type of way that's going to set you out to other people. So that is a brief overview on how to write a CNA resume. Hopefully this helps you. Tweak the template to make it fit towards you and set up a one-on-one if you need help articulating what you did in clinicals or in your previous experience.